Every morning, Miguel and Holly reveal Charlotte's deepest, darkest secrets.
It's Queen City Confessions with Miguel and Holly. Hits 96.1.
If you want to get your confession in, make sure you text it with the word hits to the number 96893. You stay anonymous.
Here's the first Queen City confession. Instead of spending Thanksgiving with my family this year, I lied and told them I was sick. The truth, I just couldn't deal with all the questions. Why aren't you married yet? When are you moving closer? Why don't you call more?
Oh.
Instead, I spent the day in my happiest place on the couch in sweatpants, surrounded by pizza, buffalo wings, cupcakes, chips, and cookies. I binge watched 3 shows and didn't even feel a little guilty about it. Sorry, Mom and Dad, but honestly, it was the most peaceful Thanksgiving I've had in years.
Well, happy Thanksgiving.
Sometimes you got to protect the peace.
You do. And, that's a lot of food. That's a lot of treats. But Thanksgiving dinner can be anything.
I'm about to say, when you had all that food, but then you could have been at the house with turkey and dressing and mashed potatoes and gravy. So it is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious, what lie did you tell at Thanksgiving? If you did go home and have dinner with your family, what lie did you tell? Text hits in that message to 96893. Here's another Queen City confession, which is a little adult.
Oh, okay.
I found out who my husband had an affair with, and I've been talking with him.
Oh.
You get what I'm putting down here?
Nah, I got it.
Okay. We've gotten pretty close and have started flirting. It's so bad, but I feel some sort of revenge knowing that I turned a gay man bi-curious.
There's a lot going on here.
Yes. I saw that this morning.
We need to reassess some things.
So here's the thing, though. I understand the anger and the hurt and the frustration that you have clearly. But just be careful, because you're going down a very dangerous path where nobody is going to leave the situation unscathed. And if you have proof that your husband is cheating, obviously you do, confront him and talk about it instead of going down this path.
Yeah. I mean, yes, you want to make everybody hurt when you're hurt. But it's time to just pull the Band-Aid off.
Here's the last Queen City confession. So here's a fun one, or not so fun, really. I introduced this couple like they wouldn't even know each other if it weren't for me. I was there when they met, when they went on their first date, and even when they had their first big fight. And now they're getting married. And I'm the only one in our friend group who didn't get an invite. I keep going over in my head wondering if I did something wrong. Should I ask them why I was left out? Or would that just make things worse? Honestly, I feel kind of crushed. I thought I mattered to them. At the very least, I feel like I deserved something. I mean, they're literally building a life together because of me.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I don't know that anybody deserves anything necessarily. But also clearly something is wrong.
Right.
If they were both individually friends with you and now together they've made a decision to cut you out, what did happen? I mean, you might not even get the truth, but I think maybe it's worth looking into.
Do you ask them? Do you just say, hey, I know the save the dates, or maybe you do it in a way where you try not to put them in a corner,
right,
and make them defensive. And so you say, hey, I've seen some people posting about the save the dates or the invites to the wedding. Just wanted to know if y'all had my correct address.
Yeah, something that's not like, why did you invite me? Because typically that's not going to go well. If you can do it in a way that's kind of like, oh, did you have my correct address? Then it does put them on the spot, but in a much nicer way than, at knife point or whatever.
Right. Yeah, because I'm wondering, what do they say to that if you do that? Like, hey, I've moved a couple of times and you maybe have the wrong address, so here you go. And then if they just leave you on red.
I don't know, Miguel, because you recently got married a couple of years ago. So, what would you have done?
I probably, well, depending upon who it was and why, I probably would have probably lied and said, "Oh, we're at capacity." Well, actually, this was true.
I was going to say you had a smaller venue.
I did, because my husband has such a big family that there were people that we had to leave off. There were people we worked with at the time that I had to leave off that I did feel bad about. No one ever asked me about it, but that was going to be my response was, Abe has a big family and we had to be very selective, and I'm so sorry. So that was my excuse.
Right.
Have you ever had to ask someone, or if you got married, did you not invite someone to the wedding and they asked you why? What did you say and how did that turn out? Text hits in your message to 96893. It is 7:15. Well,
Crushing loss.
If you somehow missed this, the Panthers did lose yesterday, but they did their best.
I mean, there's a lot to be proud of here, okay?
Absolutely.
Before we get into how badly it hurts, there's a lot to be proud of.
Well, I tried my best to be the good luck charm for the Panthers while on vacation, but I think I failed yesterday. I got to tell you what happened and see if I should be walking in shame today around the Queen City.
Yes.
I'll explain next.